All right. Hope all of you are well. I want to take this time to go ahead and thank all 100 people that have subscribed to my channel. To think that 100 people are so interested and intrigued in seeing the journey that I have set for myself and the challenge that I've challenged myself with. It's pretty unimaginable, and I've never really thought that I would be able to make a milestone like this. And you know, it's something that is very achievable by anybody. I never thought I could do it, but here I am making the video thanking you guys for 100 subscribers. I wrote a passage also quoted by Patty by PB from PB, and it had me up one night at 3 a.m. I wrote it out on my notes app. Trading taught me that this world is built on systems. There are good systems and there are bad systems. There are winning systems and there are losing systems. And your job is to find the winning systems. And along the way, you are going to encounter a lot of losing systems. But when you find the winning systems, you take advantage of them. You use them to master them and shape your reality. Trading taught me that you are never mastering trading, you only master your mind. Your job is to trust these winning systems, to never cheat on them, and to never doubt them. The people you choose to have around you in your life build a system. The routine you practice every day creates a system. The relationships you have in your life create a system. And among all these systems are imperfections, and they are never going to be 100% of the time. But that doesn't mean that you don't trust them 100%, because they are still winning systems. I realized that with trading, which wins 60% of the time, only wins 60% of the time when I trust it 100% of the time. Perfect. And I don't even mean to say all of this because my life is robotic, because it's not. I have come to the understanding that success is not linear with the majority of people. Not because their strategy is a flawed system, but their psychology is a flawed system. They fear that losses mean they're doing something wrong, and you have to come to understand that losses are inevitable. If you want to see success with trading, detach yourself from the money. Become obsessed with a probability. When you close a trade early, you are not trading, you are gambling. When you enter a trade because you're having the fear of missing out, you are not trading, you are gambling. The funniest part about trading is that every trader knows when they're doing something wrong. But the best traders know when they're doing something wrong, but they just don't act on it. Those that are unsuccessful with trading, they act on those emotions and they let their feelings override their logic. And that is why they will never make money. They might get lucky once and win, but the market will always take the money back that is not deserved. And the market will always come back and humble you. When you win by cheating on your system, it is not a win. But when you lose by following your system, that is a win. Find these winning systems and trust them. Now that was the trading aspect. Now let me ask you, sit there and ask yourself, what is normal? Are you a normal person? What do you consider normal? What is normal in today's date? Are you watching this video because you are one of those people that are abnormal? Although my goals seem so far, yet so close, the person that follows a routine every single day shapes their system. The hobbies, the people they hang around with, the sins they fall back to even though they said that they would stop. The Western culture has normalized so many losing systems and is celebrated so much and absurdly in today's date. Now, take a moment and look around. Look around of how much a person is capable of. To the sky, to the moon, to the middle of the equator is the limit. Having fun is now normally considered drinking, smoking, or either clubbing. So take the time to identify yourself. That's including the route you are building yourself for the next 5 years. Ask yourself, are winning or losing systems being built around me? Will I become the person before God on Judgment Day? You stand in front of him and he points to the wall of all stuff that you could have achieved. And he says, inspirational person, built generational wealth, took care of his family, retired his parents, motivational speaker, whatever and whatnot. Whatever you dream of is on that wall, right? And you say, God, but that might not be me. Perhaps you have the wrong person. And he says, no, that's the person that you could have became. If you're watching this along with me, you're a part of the 1% that wants very much to improve. Although I'm not where I want to be in life yet, I'm constantly praying and asking God for the same exact thing every single day. I'm always asking him to make me into the man that deserves all blessings. Because soon I will be the man that has money in his pocket, kindness in his heart, muscles on his body, gratitude in his soul, wisdom in his mind, strength in his hands. So, my last couple messages is to just go for the improvement. Make the sacrifice. Build your winning system. And I will end with this quote by late Emery Tate I. My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. Alright, I hope everybody is doing good. Today is Thursday, February 5th, bringing you guys a trade recap that I took this morning. Unfortunately, it did not play out. That it was a good lesson taught. The only reason being is because today when I was waking up in the morning around 5:15-ish to wake up for morning prayer, I was looking at the charts beforehand to see if there's a potential setup that I can look for coming into the morning. So I saw a setup and I prayed my prayer, and in the back of my head I was, maybe I should just stay up and wait for market open since I'm already up, right? So I went back to sleep, and for the next 30-40 minutes I woke up. As soon as I hopped onto the charts, I realized that the setup that I was looking for, I had missed my entry. So, being overruled by emotions, which I previously preached in the other trade recap, but when you force a trade, it's bound to fail. 98-97% of the time, it's bound to fail. So, that is a lesson learned for me. I journaled it this morning because forcing a trade always results in losing. So that's exactly what I did. And whatever I made yesterday, I lost it all back to the markets today. So coming into the morning, I saw that we had a 1 hour rejection block down here, and my confluences for this was all the way to the left. So here's the level that I marked out. So that was literally the CE of the 1 hour fair value gap right here, and also it was also on the 15-minute order block, the CE of that order block as well. And on the 4 hour we were also rejecting off of a potential order block as well. So I wanted to see the 0.79 level play out. This was roughly risking around 20 points, roughly about $500, which is 1% of the account. Skipping this forward. To the tick, we get tapped into here, into our limit. Unfilled 5-minute fair value gap up there. Skipping this more. Boom. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, I saw that I wanted to potentially get tapped back into it. You saw exactly what happened at market open here. And always at market open, we will always wick down or up before making the actual move of the day. Lesson learned for the day, and I'm going to be taking this into the journals and reflecting on them. I hope you guys enjoyed the trade recap. Tomorrow is Friday, so that's another trading day, and if I do take any trades, I will do a trade recap on them. But big lesson for me this week, and it is all about psychology. It's not even about the strategy anymore. Strategy is right there. It's proven itself multiple times this week that it can work. It's all in the psychology for me, and that's something I really do have to work on, and maybe I can change that by switching prop firms from Top Step. All right, welcome back to another trade recap. You guys can't even see me. It is so fucking dark in my car right now, currently on my break at work. Coming into the morning, this morning, I figured that we would be dumping a little lower. The only reason being is because of all the stuff that is happening right now, not including the government shutdown that just ended. This is also including like the trade wars and stuff that is actually still going on despite all the markets being red right now, including Bitcoin, S&P 500, Dow 500, and other markets as well. I think I'm driven by the feeling of fear, I'd say. The feeling of being wrong, I guess you could say. Which is definitely something I do have to journal, because if it's something that I feel like I need to work on and something that consumes me every morning when I'm in a trade, but that's definitely something to journal, because I cannot let that consume me when I am in my trade. And for example, today I closed out of my position pretty early. Emotion, I guess you can say, is that I was in fear of being wrong and being stopped out in my trade, which inevitably it's bound to happen and it's unavoidable. And that's something that I do really have a hard time grasping and having a hard time understanding, because I know that it's a part of the game. But psychologically, as a human, you are built to not know how to lose. You get me? And for my confluence on this was this 4-hour rejection block, and also the optimal trade entry that I had on the 0.79 level. The reason why I like this rejection block, because it swept all previous liquidity right here, and before it rallied up, which never got hit until this morning. So maybe about a week later. So it kind of feels like a swing trade in a way. But around this level, we were also rejecting off of this 4-hour fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, and this one right above as well. So let's say we put stop loss there. So stop. And letting this play out, eventually we get tapped in. Boom. Right then and there, you could have taken profits, but I took profits around a 1-hour trade, so that roughly was about $400 to $500. I can't really remember right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. It was pretty quick, nothing crazy, and it just goes to prove the type of entries you can get with the model that I trade. But this is one of those few times where I'm usually like kind of in a way just
overthinking my trade, even though I liked everything about it. And that brings me back to Patty from PB talking about, if I liked everything about the trade, then why am I worried about where the direction of the trade goes? If it gets stopped out, then it gets stopped out. And one thing that I can know about this morning is that I didn't ask the one question that I should be asking myself every time I'm in a trade, which is, would I be mad if this trade went sideways and I lost? And I didn't ask myself that. So partially that's a mistake within myself, not within the technical side of my trade, which obviously, as you see here, played out. So that's something within myself that I gotta fix. And it's a work in progress. I'm human, you're human. We feel emotions whenever we see drawdown, or whenever we see the trade is not moving in the direction that you want to see it move in. So you know, shit happens, and we'll see what happens this whole month. And I'll let you guys go.